The training deck of the Galactic Coalition Military Academy hummed with the usual cacophony of 100 different species learning the art of interstellar warfare. Sergeant Krasither, a towering Vexenari with scales like obsidian armor and eyes that burned with amber fire, stood at the center of the combat ring. His reputation preceded him across 3 star systems. He had broken cadets from 74 different worlds, and he took pride in that number. Lisa Chen stood among the assembled recruits, her human frame dwarfed by the hulking forms surrounding her. She was 5'6" of lean muscle and quiet determination, her dark hair pulled back in a regulation bun, her brown eyes alert and assessing. Beside her stood Vin Diesel, another human from Earth's military contingent, 6'3" of solid muscle, with a shaved head that gleamed under the artificial lights and a face that rarely betrayed emotion. "You soft-skinned mammals think you belong here?" Krasither's voice boomed across the deck, his translator rendering his native growls into perfect galactic standard. "Humans, your kind has been in the Coalition for barely a decade, and already you presume to stand among warriors whose civilizations mastered warfare millennia. Before your ancestors crawled from their caves." Lisa's jaw tightened, but she remained at attention. Vin Diesel's expression didn't change at all. Krasither circled them like a predator. "Today's exercise is simple: survival, combat, ruthlessness." He paused, letting the word hang in the air. "In real warfare, hesitation means death. Mercy is weakness. Your enemy will show you none, so you must offer none in return. Is that understood?" "Sir." "Yes, sir." The cadets responded in unison, their voices a chorus of clicks, growls, and syllables. The sergeant's eyes fixed on Lisa. "You, human female, you look like you couldn't hurt a glimmerwing butterfly. Tell me, do you have what it takes to be ruthless?" Lisa met his gaze without flinching. "Sir, I will do what is necessary, sir." Krasither's laugh was like grinding stone. "We shall see. Pair combat, humans versus Krethek champions." He gestured to the massive insectoid warriors, each standing nearly 8 feet tall, their exoskeletons bristling with natural weapons. "No weapons, no mercy. Begin when ready." The other cadets formed a circle round the combat ring. Lisa and Vin Diesel stepped forward, exchanging a single glance. No words were needed. They had trained together since arriving at the academy. The Krethek warriors clicked their mandibles in what might have been laughter. They had natural advantages: armor, strength, reach, and razor-sharp limbs that could pierce steel. Humans had soft skin, fragile bones, and no natural weapons to speak of. "You demanded ruthlessness, Sergeant," Vin Diesel said, his voice a low rumble. "Just confirming no restrictions?" Krasither's smile was cruel. "The only rule is survival. Show me this human ruthlessness I've heard whispers about." Lisa rolled her shoulders, her mind already calculating angles and vulnerabilities. Humans might lack armor and claws, but evolution had given them something else: creativity, adaptability, and a capacity for violence that terrified even themselves when truly unleashed. The Krethek charged. What happened next would be analyzed in Coalition tactical courses for years to come. Vin Diesel didn't retreat or defend. He moved forward, inside the reach of the first Krethek's claws, his hands finding the joint where the creature's head met its thorax. Human hands, evolved for tool use and fine manipulation, possessed an often overlooked trait: incredibly strong grip strength relative to body size. Vin Diesel's fingers found purchase, and he twisted with all the force his muscles could generate. The Krethek's exoskeleton, designed to resist cutting and piercing, had a weakness at its joints. The sickening crack echoed across the silent deck. Lisa moved like liquid. The second Krethek swiped at her with bladed limbs, but she was already inside its guard, targeting the thin membrane at the joints of its legs. A human elbow, driven with full body weight behind it, could generate tremendous force in a small area. The joint shattered. As the warrior stumbled, Lisa's hands found its eyes. Another vulnerability. Krethek eyes, compound and beautiful, were also unarmored. She didn't hesitate. When the sergeant finally called halt, both Krethek warriors were down, injured but alive barely. Lisa and Vin Diesel stood over them, breathing hard, their uniforms torn and stained with the purple ichor that served as Krethek blood. The training deck was silent. Krasither approached slowly, his expression unreadable. You understood the assignment, sir, you demanded ruthlessness, Lisa said, her voice steady despite her racing heart. Humans are very good at ruthlessness when we choose to be. We've had thousands of years of practice on each other. Vin Diesel added, his tone matter of fact. We're not the strongest species, or the fastest, or the most armored. But we're persistent, creative, and when we decide something needs to be done, we find a way to do it. That's what made us apex predators on our world. The sergeant studied them both for a long moment. Then, for the first time since they'd arrived at the academy, something like respect flickered in his amber eyes. You've passed, both of you. He raised his voice to address all the cadets. Let this be a lesson. Never judge a species by their appearance. These humans have shown you what real warriors look like, not the ones with the biggest claws or the thickest armor, but the ones with the will to do what others cannot. As the medics hurried to tend to the injured Krethuk, Lisa and Vin Diesel walked off the combat deck together. Think we went too far? Lisa asked quietly. Vin Diesel shook his head. He asked for ruthlessness. We gave him exactly what he demanded. That's the thing about humans, we take instructions literally when it suits us. Lisa smiled grimly. The galaxy wanted to see what humans could do. I guess now they know. Behind them, Sergeant Krasither watched them go. A single thought running through his ancient mind. The Coalition has no idea what they've unleashed by bringing humans into the fold. These creatures don't just survive, they dominate. And for the first time in his long career, the sergeant felt something unfamiliar, a cold shiver of primal fear.